Hello, everyone. I am Deepika Saini. I'm working as a lecturer English with Director of Education. And today, for my presentation, I'll be taking up a topic from Class 11 English textbook, Hornbill. Okay, so the topic I'm choosing is a presentation on the chapter Silk Road by Nick Middleton. So let's start. Now, this is the chapter by Nick Middleton. You know what he's famous for? He's a very famous geographer. He has traveled the most extreme of temperatures, the most extreme of conditions, and he is an environmental scientist. So let's see how was his journey regarding a travel to Mount Kailash. First of all, let's understand the concept of Silk Road. So Silk Road. This chapter is a travelogue about the author's travel along an ancient trade route. It was called the Silk Road. पुराने जमाने में, of course, आज की तरह vehicles नहीं थे, flights नहीं थी. So for trade, people used to travel from the east to the west and vice versa through a very long, the world's longest pathway called the Silk Road. ये chapter describe करता है the challenges and the hardships the author faced while traveling along the Silk Road to Mount Kailash. Now, what is Kailash famous for? Yes, it is still considered the abode of Lord Shiva, and it is a very revered pilgrimage. So here, I'm showing you the Silk Road. This Silk Road, as you can see, extended from east, from Shanghai onwards to the west. And it's a very, very long, elongated pathway. So now the title. It is a network of overland routes linking Europe with Asia. और ये वो ट्रेड रूट है जो यूरोपियंस एंशिएंट टाइम से फॉलो करते आ रहे हैं. और यहाँ जो चैलेंजेस निक मिडल्टन ने इस रास्ते में वर्ल्ड्स ओल्डेस्ट सुपर हाईवे में फेस की, जो उसने एडवेंचर्स देखी, वो इस ट्रैवलॉग में रिकॉर्ड की गई हैं. So let's talk about the main characters. One, we have the author, Nick Middleton. Second, we have Setan. Setan is the owner of the car hired by the author for the journey. उसका गाइड भी है और उसका ड्राइवर भी. Then he has Daniel. Daniel एक इंटरप्रेटर है लासा से, जो ऑथर के साथ हाफ वे ट्रैवल करता है. And last, we will meet Norbu. He is a Tibetan working at an academy in Beijing who wants to carry out the pilgrimage to Mount Kailash. So let's move to the next part. Okay, now when he starts his travel, okay, he is first of all given a sheep skin coat, and yes, while he was leaving Ravu and heading towards Mount Kailash ताकि वो अपना कोरा complete कर सके, the pilgrimage that he was planning. He is, of course, as we discussed the characters, accompanied by Daniel and Setan. So Lhamo, the lady जिसने उनको accommodation दिया था, उसने उसे एक long sleeved sheepskin coat gift किया. उसे लगा it will be so cold, so he should get some warmer clothes. So the hospitality of Tibetan people is shown here. Setan knew a shortcut to reach to the mountain. और उसने उसे बोला कि I'll give you a smooth journey through the high mountain and the passes. अगर स्नो नहीं हुई, हालांकि उसे खुद नहीं पता था कि स्नो मिलेगी या नहीं. So from the gently rising and falling hills of Ravu, जो shortcut उन्होंने लिया, it took them across vast plains, open plains dry grazing land, जहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं था except gazelles and lonely drokas. Drokas जो shepherds होते हैं, जो nomads बन के रहते हैं, बंजारे बन के रहते हैं, उन्हें कहा जाता है. So you can see it already here. They are looking after their flocks. Their sheep अपनी भेड़ों का ध्यान रख रहे हैं. And they're well wrapped. You can see men and women. They can be seen wearing thick woolen clothes. They would pause and stare at their car and wave at them as they passed. Now, as they pass the rope battalions, tents, their guard dogs, the Tibetan mastiffs, they were so ferocious to look at. They chased their car for some distance. They had a very thick fur and were as black as the darkest night. They barked dangerously with their huge jaws. They were fearless of their adventurous vehicles and ran straight into their path. Because of which, Satan को ब्रेक लगाना पड़ता था. Vehicle swerve कर जाता था. Dogs उनको 100 मीटर दूर तक चेस किया करते थे. And basically, ये dogs इतने ferocious, इतने famous रहे हैं कि चाइना की इंपीरियल रॉयल कोर्ट्स के हंटिंग डॉग्स भी रहे हैं. And of course, since they had taken the high mountain paths, the passes, the turns became sharper and bumpier as they climbed. अचानक से snowfall हो गया. The sudden and unexpected fall of snow. It blocked their way a number of times. Daniel and the author got out of the car to reduce the load on sharp bends. वो सी से 5,200 मीटर की हाइट पर थे. 5,500 पहुंच गए तो एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर इतना कम हो गया कि शैतान को पेट्रोल टैंक का लिड ओपन करना पड़ा ताकि वो फ्यूल को रिलीज कर सके जो इवेपोरेट हो गया था. एंड फाइनली दे रीच्ड होर. एक पास के टॉप से करते करते ऑफ कोर्स बड़ी मुश्किल से वो फाइनली जब स्मॉल टाउन ऑफ होर में पहुंचे जो मानसरोवर लेक के किनारे पर है, ऑन शोर ऑफ इट. दोपहर तक. It was a grim and a miserable place. It was sad for him there. Why? Because ना वहाँ vegetation थी and it had a lot of accumulated rubbish and dust and rocks. होली नहीं लगा उसको लगा ही नहीं कि sacred place है. डेनियल वहां से वापस लासा चला गया. शैतान ने अपना फ्लैट टायर ऑफ द कार रिपेयर कराया and he carried on. Finally, they reached Dachan at 10:30 p.m. He found finally a guest house. So here you can see the place Dachan. It is so near Mount Kailash, so magnanimous, so glorious to watch. It was the end of the road. Author को बहुत trouble हुआ रात को. He had got cold, his sinuses, his noses were blocked. He could not get in the air into his lungs. Next morning, Satan took him to a doctor at the Dachan Medical College. उसने मेडिसिन दी तब जाकर वो रात को बेचारा सो पाया. And next, the author meets Norbu. As the pilgrim season had not started, author को वहां बहुत lonely लगा. आपने देखा ही कितना grim place था. He was looking for someone who could speak or understand English as well as accompany him to do the Kora, जो उसे pilgrimage या परिक्रमा करनी थी माउंट कैलाश की. उसे लगा मैं अकेले नहीं कर पाऊंगा. वो सोच रहा था उसे कोई मिल जाए. तब उसे नॉर्बू मिला, एक प्लम टिबेटन जो ऑफ कोर्स हमने अभी शुरू में डिस्कस किया था कैरेक्टर स्केचेस में. बीजिंग में चाइनीज एकेडमी ऑफ सोशल साइंसेज में काम करता था. ही मेट हिम एट अ कैफे एट डाचन. नॉर्बू को अंडरस्टैंड कर पाता था इंग्लिश एंड देयरफॉर वो भी कोरा करने आया था. तो बोथ ऑफ देम डिसाइडेड टू गो टुगेदर. So here you can see Nick Middleton and his journey through the Silk Road. The chapter ends here, but I hope you really enjoyed the beautiful scenes that he must have witnessed, and you can actually have an imagination of all those scenes in your mind. We have in this chapter learned about the author's journey to the Silk Road and the determination of the pilgrims, the hardships that they faced. So I hope you have been able to experience the trip and feel the climatic extremities that Nick faced through his own eyes. Hope you enjoyed this trip. Stay safe,